Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Joe. Welcome back to another episode of the Inside Our Phillies podcast. The Phillies have won 2 out of 3 against the Cincinnati Reds in one of the most Phillies-like series that we've seen in quite a while. They may have won the series, but they lost the run differential in the series. For the people that care about that, and here to talk all about it, we have Jeremy, SJ Phil's fan. How are you today, man?
Doing well. Series wins the series win.
Yeah, I was a little worried, and to some extent, like I don't think this is like the greatest way to go into the All Star break with the way that they've been playing recently. But I think winning this series pretty much eliminates the odds of a disaster road trip happening. So I feel pretty good right now about the team.
Yeah, the game one was just great because Wheeler pitched angry, which is always fun. Like I don't know what it is, but like a power righty pitching with a chip, th- it's just something to it. I just can't understand.
Is it
It's
nostalgia? Is that
special.
what you have?
Maybe just I don't know. Something about a good power righty.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Um, that is totally fair.
Not an all star. Not an all star.
Not an all-star. I think it's funny how much he's like gone against the ruling. I think he's right. Like I think that he should be an all-star, and the way that, you know, baseball did this, it's a little bit ridiculous, but does it like take any of your frustration away that Jesus Luzardo is an all-star now?
I mean, it kind of just like makes it like even like makes my head go, what the hell, even more. Like Luzardo's had a great year besides pitching at home for some reason. His ERA is now 3.51, but Wheeler is 2.28 ERA. Come on. It's just silly. Like you can argue Luzardo's also all you want, but then I'm sorry, you can't argue that Wheeler shouldn't be one. There isn't it just makes no sense.
Yeah. Here's a question for you. Where is like your barometer for a good ERA? Because I know mine.
Uh 3.5, like a number two pitcher and above.
I think an ERA that is in the 3.7s, so up to 3.79 or below, is what I would consider to be a good ERA. And then between like 3.8 to like 4.59, that's like the mediocre ERA. And then anything above that, I would consider to be a bad ERA. That's at least the way that I think I've always looked at it.
Well, for me, it depends on like, who the pitcher is in the rotation, what the team is like. Like for your
Yes.
your ace, especially for this team, like we need Sanchez and Wheeler to be the studs below the threes because our offense is so inconsistent. So that's a great ERA. And like Luzardo is really good at 3.5. And then like a 4 and 5 starter is like I think like a 4 to the 4.5. I'm fine with.
Right. You'll take what you can get. Um, Will you take the ERAs of Tanner Banks and Jesus Luzardo, both in the sevens?
You said Jesus Luzardo, you mean Jose Alvarado?
How's Alvarado? Sorry, I'm tired.
No, hell no.
The left-handed bullpen, to me, is becoming more and more of a concern. I know some people are kind of like, I don't want to say sugarcoating, but kind of sugarcoating the whole Alvarado part of it by saying that he's better in higher leverage, but also what is he showing the Phillies to suggest that he should even be anywhere close to high leverage right now?
Yeah, but yeah, there isn't. It's ridiculous.
Do you
Is he
think that
this is the worst
any of
Alvarado is like this is the worst he's ever been. Like he had a walk rate of 7.6 in 21, but his whip and his ERA and FIP were still in line with each other. His ERA and is 7.03 and his FIP is 3.4. So he's just and I don't really feel like the defense is bad behind him. I don't
yeah.
think it sticks out.
Yeah. No, I think that is totally fair. I'm at the point where with Alvarado, like I don't think you DFA him because I don't think we're there quite yet. But I think if you had to shed a left-handed pitcher off of the roster, because say you trade for somebody at the trade deadline, I think Alvarado is the one that I would choose at this point.
Yeah, if there's someone. I mean, Banks got put on the Phantom IL, but if yeah, but if they're both on the roster, I would choose Banks to get rid of. Oh, Banks still has an option, so you could always option.
Yeah, I mean,
If
Banks option, sure, but Banks is also like, I mean, he might just
yeah,
be cooked. He might be in like
he
the
could be.
like God, who was Bellotti, like Andrew Bellotti had like a great year with the Phillies, and then he kind of sucked. Like I feel like Tanner Banks might just be somebody like that who
Andrew.
they
Yeah, yeah, but the thing with the relievers is Banks could be like a stud next year, and so can Alvarez. So yeah, I wouldn't mind getting rid of Alvarado later in the year, but there we're fine right now. It's not the worst thing to keep him and hope pitch him in lower leverage blowouts. Hope he can maybe get it right. The stuff still plays. He just needs to some reason could somehow
sure.
harness it better.
Yeah, no, it's hard
I
to
mean,
disagree with that.
the whole bullpen has a walk problem.
Yes, yes. Be honest. Did you think that Duran was going to blow the game last night?
100%,
I did too.
100%.
I'm not gonna lie, I did too.
And then JT came out, told him to get his head in the game, and he just boom done.
Yeah, he struck some guys out, and that was all he had to do. Turns out that when you throw 100-mile-an-hour splinkers, you can make some people swing and miss. I think that that's like the underrated part of Duran's improvement, where he's kind of gotten more swings and misses this year, which I think have kind of allowed him to be like much more consistent.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, his walk rate is down basically a whole one walks over his career average.
Yeah. I mean, thank God for him because I don't know if there's anybody else in this bullpen I feel good about. Like Tim Mesa has had a fine year, Jonathan Bolin has had a fine year, but like there's just something about them that I don't fully trust. Like maybe they're fine in like middle relief, but I feel like they're like miscast if they're like your setup guys, from the left and the right side respectively.
Yeah, and well, this why like you don't want to overpay like put a lot of resources into a closer when you have decent pitchers, but we have no decent relievers, and we would be screwed without Duran. And just looking at the trade, Abel is still off the shelf with his elbow, like he was in the rehab and it flared up again. And
Yeah,
uh, and then Tayi has been pretty garbage.
yeah. I mean,
I mean, he's still only 19, but yeah,
I think it's probably going to be way too early to say what the end result of that trade deadline is going to be, or that trade is going to be. Like right now, did the Phillies make a good trade? Yes, but like I have a feeling that we're going to look back on this some years from now and say that like they probably gave up more WAR than they got. But at the same time, is WAR the way that we should be measuring trades? Because it
no,
did give the Phillies something they needed in the moment, which is great. So
yeah,
it's
yeah. Assuming Make Abel was healthy for us the whole year, he would not be a stud closer that we would need, and we would be screwed.
right. But at the same time, like a healthy McAble, right? Like he would certainly be better than whatever the Phillies are doing at the 5 spot right now.
Assuming that what he did in those 3 starts was representative of how he would do the whole year.
Sure.
He still had a 4.4 in 3 starts for a game. 20 innings, he had a 4.4 walk rate. That's pretty bad.
That is not great. That is not great. But I mean, we're going against Andrew Painter, a guy with an ERA in the sevens, and honestly, Ron Hell's been good. Like Ron Hell has been much better than expected, even with the game kind of getting out of control a little bit on um, Wednesday night.
Yeah. I mean, the game really wasn't out of hand until Banks came in.
Yeah, yeah, back to back to back home runs, and like that was as much of a scheduled loss as you can have, right? Like you have the fifth starter game.
I know, but we were up on Chase Burns. Always, you just gotta hope, like, okay, can we just keep it tied low until we get to the bullpen? But then no.
That's what makes it frustrating, right? Like Chase Burns was like very off that night. He could not command the ball. He walked 6 hitters in 5 innings. He did not have a quality start, and I think it's something that we are going to look at as like a missed opportunity, if that's fair to say. Um, but I have a hard time getting upset because that really did feel like as much of a scheduled loss as a scheduled loss could be.
Yeah. But we have one win from the 5 spot, which is Painter's first career spot.
Yeah, that's not ideal, uh, but at the same time, you can look at it as a half glass full kind of thing. You can say, hey, they're losing all of these games that the five starter has, but this is a team that's still 10 games above 500. Imagine if we had even decent performance out of the five spot. Or you can look
But
at it
it's
in the way.
but even
Go
when
ahead.
like when Hell that was like when Hell's like first really bad start, the offense still has to show up no matter who the 5 starter is. It's just bizarre.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm willing to call that like a coincidence. Like, I don't think they're saying like, "Oh, it's the
No,
five
no, no,
starter."
no, no. It's no, it's just the oddity of baseball. But
Yeah,
I just think it doesn't matter if we traded for a decent number 5 starter who's consistent. I don't think we'd be winning many more of those games.
that's probably true, and that goes into like the deficiencies with the offense in general. This was one game, like this was one series, really, where the offense was a frustration to me. Even though you look at it, they scored 4 runs, 5 runs, and 1 run, which was enough to win that third game in the series. But the offense felt like it was struggling more than that. Maybe that's just because Harper had a bad series where he didn't get any hits, so you kind of had like that big hole in the middle of the lineup. But it just did not feel like a week which they hit the ball well.
Well, if Luzardo wasn't just a stud yesterday and he gave up like 2 runs, they would have gotten a complete game by uh oh god, what's his face yesterday for the Reds?
Brady Singer.
Yeah, they took him out just because okay, we don't want to to bleed more, but he had like 76 pitches.
Yeah.
They were like it was insane.
Yeah. Uh, Not ideal when Brady Singer is carving you up. Now, is that just one start? Yes. But I think that
But
we've seen like,
it's a trend when they like these crappy pitchers, they just swing at everything, and
sure.
they have yeah they're patient with Burns and Skeens, but then they like don't game plan for the number 5 starters, and they just like assume that they're number 5, so they're bad at it because they throw meatballs, not because that they are inconsistent. That's my feeling. That's, when I watch them, it's just they expect to get strikes thrown for pitchers that don't throw strikes, and they just it's just weird.
Yeah. What did you think about
Like
the
yesterday,
stat
well,
that
like
go ahead?
yesterday the reliever that came in for Maul, like every pitch was not a strike, and Schwarber and Harper didn't take one. Like ah,
What did you think about the stat that ESPN called out on Wednesday, saying that Phillies right-handed hitters are collectively making the Phillies the worst hitting team of all time for their right-handed hitters against opposing left-handed pitchers.
I believe it.
It's crazy, but I mean, you look at just like obviously there's a lot more than batting average and OPS, but
I know, but yeah, you
Realmuto,
have Turner, Bohm's horrible start, which brought everything down, and then
Realmuto's
Adolis
below.
wasn't. Yeah, Ramilto is frustrating because like he can hit. He doesn't walk anymore. That's the problem. He just swings at everything.
He doesn't even hit. He's below the Mendoza line right now.
Yeah,
I mean, his OPS is 616. 616. But I think you bring up a good point of like, how do you
yeah,
weigh
but
how bad
JT's
the
bat
first half
speed and
was?
square percentage are good. So it's just he's making. I feel like he's making just dumb decisions at the plate.
I don't know. I see JT and I think he's cooked, if
Oh,
I'm
he
being
is cooked.
honest with you.
He is cooked. He's got
Uh,
a lot of miles on that body.
it's a pretty disastrous contract. As disastrous as $15
It's
million
just
dollars can be.
It's 1 year too many.
I mean, he's not worth $15 million now, is he?
No, but his defense is still really good. So he's still a positive WAR because of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the challenges are frustrating, and I don't know if that's getting calculated into WAR. Um,
It is. Well, speaking about frustrating challenges, did you see how Marlins are on freaking fire and they cut up to us, which is just crazy.
I was now
But
tied
one of
with
the
the
games they
Phillies.
beat, yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, they beat the Mariners like five. I forgot what the score was the other day, but they called a strike. It was a strikeout to end the game. The pitch was two, like in the other batter's box, and Cole Young didn't challenge. They had two challenges.
Wow. Yeah, I mean you look at other
It's
teams
just
the way they
yeah,
challenge, and it's
like
so
he
different.
looked at the umpire and shook his head. It's just did they not realize he had a challenge? It's just bizarre. It's just so many. It's not just the Phillies. A lot of players just don't understand or aren't aware of it. Like you had and against the Mariners like last week, they had Lorenz Arena, like you he used both the challenges at the same at bat in the first inning with two outs. That was
Sure.
funny.
I was looking at the ninth inning of the Rockies Dodgers game a couple nights ago. Jordan Romano closed out a game that Michael Lorenzen started, shutting out the Dodgers, not shutting out, but shutting down the Dodgers in Dodger Stadium, and just like having back-to-back challenges called on pitches in the edge in the ninth inning to steal two strikes off of Freddie Freeman on the 0-0 and 0-1 pitches to put him in an 0-2 hole. And the only thing I could think was like JT Romuto is not doing that in a million years. Like JT Romuto only challenges things that he is absolutely positive are strikes. Like he does not take anything resembling a risk.
Yeah, and it's really frustrating when we like end games with challenges. It's just use them.
Yeah. I think
I
I've kind of like
rather I rather use both of them than end with them used.
Yeah. I think I've like turned away from like my idea of like, hey, we should be using them as early in the game as possible to make sure we don't waste them. But I certainly think you do want to make sure you're not wasting challenges by not using them in the first place, right? Like if there's a big situation, runners on, less than two outs, and you can find somebody to really get a rally started. In my opinion, no doubt about it, you should use challenges if it's a pivotal pitch in an at bat.
Yeah. So my the way I've come around to it now is I don't mind if if it's done when we're pitching on defense whenever. On offense is when you get a little like, okay, there better be someone on, better not be in the first inning with two out, Rice,
The Harper
stuff like that.
special, yeah.
So yeah, the Harper special. So yeah, so pitching you could challenge whenever you want, honestly, because a bat could change anything. But on offense, yeah, be more strategic about it.
Yes. Yes. And even pitching wise, I mean, I think there's situations where I would rather use them, right? Like if we have two outs, nobody on, like I don't know
Yeah,
if I
it's the
care
first
that
pitch,
much.
and it's the first pitch to get the number 9 hitter is like, is it really worth it?
Right. Right.
But it's like
Um,
Otani, oh, okay, I want to get the 0-1. Like,
exactly. That's what was so cool about what Jordan Romano did, getting two. Well, he didn't call the challenges, but he dotted against Freeman twice, and they were able to steal two strikes that way. Right? Like
yeah.
let's move on to talking about the Home Run Derby coming up on Monday, Citizens Bank Park. Seven of the eight participants have been announced for the Home Run Derby. We have Jack Caglione of the Royals, Junior Caminero of the Rays, Wilson Contreras from the Red Sox, Ben Rice from the Yankees, Jordan Walker from the Cardinals, and then Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber both from your Philadelphia Phillies. They make up the seven people so far. What do you think about this field overall? And are you excited to see Harper and Schwarber?
uh, I'm excited for All-Star game for the first time in a while because they're going back to the good old fashioned just outs. So keep slugging until you stop slugging.
You can actually
And
watch the
then
ball too with the timer that they've had for the
yeah,
last 8 years or whatever. You can't even watch the ball travel and land because you have to look at the next
yeah,
pitch
I
that
know,
they're
yeah, I
hitting.
know. It's just they optimize the fun out of it. Yeah, like
Yes.
I mean, my favorite memory of the whole run derby is Josh Hamilton's. That was just it was just awesome. The story around him, everything, and he just put on a show, and it's just funny because he lost that one.
Right.
He was
I
so
feel
tired.
like I feel like this is like an okay group of players. I feel like they're like missing one more big slugger. Like Wilson Contreras is having a good year, and that's cool. Junior Campanero's having a very good year, but like I don't know. I think that they're like missing a little bit of star power in this home
Well,
run derby
it's
so
not just
far.
the star power. Players are basically just like, yeah, I'm not going to do anymore unless I'm an all star.
I think that might be the
So
way they have to do it now.
no, they don't have to. It's
No,
the players just they choose to because they. Well, it makes sense. They want that leverage because if they get there's usually an incentive bonus in your contract if you become an all star. So
sure. Apparently,
I mean, I
Mike
would just change.
Trout would have done it before he got hurt, and now he's not going to because of that. Like Mike Trout in the home run derby in Philadelphia, that would be pretty
Yeah, that'd be
cool.
no, but there are plenty of guys that like aren't stud but can put up a show in batting practice. So those would be fun in home run derbies, but they're never going to do it because they're not going to be all stars.
Yeah, yeah. Let's talk a little bit more about this series and kind of turn it into a conversation about what you think the Phillies should do at the trade deadline. Have you like changed your mind at all on bat versus starter versus
Yeah, no,
reliever?
I'm basically out on a bat, and we need bullpen number one, and then a number five start number two.
I still want a bat, but I am with you
I
that
want
like
one, but I just don't think there's anything that's going to be worth it for what we'd have to give up.
I mean even if the
I don't
bat
think I don't think the return on investment is going to make a difference in October.
what if the bat is just like a really good defender?
Then that won't cost anything. I mean, if you want a really good defender, then freaking call Dylan Moore.
Sure. But I mean, you could probably get someone that hits like a little bit better than Dylan Moore, who had a day in AAA the other day, 2 home runs, 4 for 5, stolen base.
Good for him. Yeah. I mean, it's being talked about more, but they should just return to the outfield now. And on the Philly show, I didn't even like realize it until they said it and it made sense. I remember the plays. All of Sanchez's blow up starts have been caused by it, have been preceded by a Trey Turner misplay. In Milwaukee, he misplayed a ball and then they gave up the home run. And then in Kansas City, misplayed a couple balls and they go 6 in the first.
Right.
And it's just frustrating. I mean, Sanchez should be able to work around this stuff, but it's, yeah. But outside of last year, Turner's defense is terrible. He that stupid sidearm can't stand. Stick him in the outfield. That gives you the right-handed bat, and potentially he will stop focusing on worrying about his defense. Maybe that'll clear his head more and he'll be more consistent at the plate.
Do you want them to do that this year, or do you think that's more of a next year thing?
No, do it now.
And then trade for a shortstop? I think if you do that, I mean, are we putting Sosa
No,
there every day?
you play Sosa. You play
Okay.
Sosa. You call up Dylan Moore as the utility.
Yeah.
Why
I
not?
guess that probably is better because at that point you're probably having Edmundo Sosa play every day over
Yeah, that's what
like
I'm saying.
Rincones or whoever they have out there right now,
Yeah,
and it's probably an improvement.
yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The question is, could Turner play the outfield right now without having to like learn or get
He's played it
practice
in the
or
past. I mean, he played as a rookie. I think he's athletic enough. I think he could play left is fine. You stick Martian right, it'd be fine.
I think that's probably true.
Yeah.
Um, at
Wait
the very
before
least,
what
you
is
have to do it
what is
next year.
Justin Crawford's WAR right now?
Uh, 0. I think I saw this
Yes.
yesterday. Yeah,
Yeah. So that's huge. He was like negative. He's picking it up.
I
He's hitting the
guess. I
ball with
mean,
more. He's picking with more thunk. He's hitting the ball harder. This is good.
have you looked at his BABIP?
Oh man. But he could be his bat profile is as a BABIP merchant though.
Yeah, but I just
He's
don't
always
know how sustainable
he's
that
always
is.
profiled as a BABIP merchant.
He does have a 732 OPS in like his last
He's
30
got so
games.
His BABIP is only 332. That is not insane.
Well, but you look at the last because his hitting has really improved over the last
Yeah,
month.
yeah, I know. Yes, yes, of course, the last 7 days, a BABIP of 538 is not
And
sustainable.
you look over the last like 30 games or whatever, and it's like 417 his BABIP. That's not very sustainable. So like I am still selling on Justin Crawford personally.
Yeah, but you have to encourage the rookie when he's doing well.
Yeah. Yeah, if I saw Justin Crawford in real life, I would tell him I believe in him, but that would probably be a lie because I don't think I do
Well,
believe in him.
look at who mysterious guest is. Welcome, Justin Crawford, to the show.
Whoa!
Hey guys, me, Justin Crawford. What are you doing, Joe?
I don't think that's how Justin Crawford sounds like. That's funny. All right. Well, anything else that you have about this series before we kind of get in a little bit more into the next series?
I feel today's gonna be a slugfest, no love versus Flaherty,
Probably.
and then hopefully we win Sanchez versus Mize.
Well, Mize is a good pitcher. Casey Mize has really figured things out. And then Wheeler against Skubal
I
on
mean,
Sunday.
it's just it's just really been his hell. Mize has been yeah, Mize has been a good pitcher most of his career, so that's not. He's just been hurt,
Yeah. No, that is true.
and then then I expect to lose against Skubal Wheeler pitcher like a great game, and then we're gonna lose because day games we do not hit.
This is true. This is very true. I feel like there's not too much more to talk about today, unless you have something else that I might have
I mean,
missed.
just something funny. The Red Sox are supposed to play in New York tonight, but they're stuck in Chicago right now.
Really? Illuminate me. I have
Yeah.
not heard about this.
Uh, uh, yeah, their plane issues, they prevent them from continuing in New York. The plan remains for Red Sox to play in Mets tonight, but they have to make it to New York first. So
What
it's
if they don't get there?
pretty funny. Yeah.
Do they just like schedule a doubleheader if they can't play tonight?
Oh yeah, that's 25 minutes ago. The charter flight isn't scheduled to arrive until 4:20, so it might just be like a slight delay. So I expect the Red Sox to lose. Remember that was it like last year, a couple years ago, when we got screwed going into Milwaukee or something, and that game was after really playing longer and it
Yeah,
was just
I do vaguely remember that. I do vaguely remember that. Fun times.
yep. But uh, yeah, other than that, it's now actually we won the series. The offense wasn't great. Oh, we can talk about the future game roster.
Yeah. Who's in the futures game representing the Phillies?
Gage Wood and Wen Hu Pan.
There we go. There we go. Um, do you think Gage Wood is going to be on the Phillies after August 3rd? Or do you think they're going to trade him?
Well, if they don't trade him, I think he will be. Also, I think it's disgusting the trade deadline. It's not July 31st.
I agree. It is disgusting. That is a great word for it. I tend to think they're going to trade him, but I could be wrong. I have been wrong before.
I wouldn't be that upset. I don't really have much faith in him long term as a starter. I think he's going to be a reliever.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
But the thing is, are you going to get anything that can like he couldn't just be like the whole
Right.
thing with Alex McFarlane? I just don't understand the Phillies. They won't bring up a AAA. And so I don't know what they think they're trying to pull over other teams scouting them, because they got to have questions themselves like, why aren't you promoting him to AAA? You're so dumb in AA at 25 years old. It's just there's a lot of weird things going on with their decision with him, and I'd rather they just call him up and see if he can do it in the majors, because if he's decent, you don't have to trade for anyone.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to make a trade that like actually moves the needle, right?
Yeah, but like call up Alex McFarland and Wood from the bullpen, and that might be good enough.
I think the weirder part is like McFarland is just sitting there in AA. Like they're not even
Yeah,
putting him in AAA.
yeah, no, and I don't know what they're trying to pull over teams. Do the teams just like, oh, this guy's really good? But I don't know what they're trying to do.
But like, why would
They
he
don't
think?
want to touch. They really think that AAA ball is going to screw them up so much that other teams are going to notice that anyway.
And you're putting him in Reading. Like, why are you trying to like? Reading is not a place where you put somebody if you want them to look as good as possible. It's like
Yeah.
people know this
I know,
about
but like
Reading.
I know, but like we're using Seth Johnson, Shugart. Like, why wouldn't you just try McFarland? Like, clearly, if his velocity is this good, it's like hitting over 100. People will still
Sure.
be interested in him in a trade if he doesn't do great his first up in the majors. I just don't understand the thought process. They couldn't convince me of anything of why he's still in Reading. There's no good reason.
I agree. I think it's hard to make sense. Unless I don't know. It's really
Yeah.
hard to make sense of it.
No, the red flags will appear to everyone. So I don't know what they're trying to pull.
It's transparent, right? Like anybody who looks at it for 2 seconds is going to know what they're doing, why they're doing it, et cetera, et cetera.
And I've never like has seen a team do this with a player.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's not like he's like 22. He's 25.
He's 25. He's 25.
Yeah, like
I don't
this
know.
is he throws like 100. Call him up.
It's questionable. To put it like
Like
gently,
his walk rate is 5. That's what they're worried about. But no one can throw strikes in the majors first anyway. Right? Have a guy who could throw really hard.
well, they did call him up for a single day
I know, and then they put him back to red. It's just
to Reading.
it's just
Yeah.
yeah.
Make it make sense. Make it.
Yeah, this is
make
why I hate
sense.
sports reporting. I would just question anything, but like, okay, why is he still in Double A?
Yeah.
I understand.
I wish we had an answer, man. I wish we had
Yeah,
an answer.
he was a 4th round pick. He had like what Tommy John surgery or something. He was out all 24. Yeah.
I don't understand. I do not understand.
Oh wait, I can't believe I got this far without bringing up the grave injustice that John Kruk should be ashamed of himself. How could you
Enlighten
not
us.
go to Cincinnati? How could you not go to Cincinnati to see your son umpire that series? Malachi was behind home plate game 1, and he did not support him. That
Kruk
is
has
a
been
bad
traveling a
parent.
lot more this year too.
He has been, but it just he hates his son. He hates his son.
I bet you John Kruk just didn't want to get near the Skyline chili. He would eat way too much of it, and he just is trying to watch out for his health, right?
Yeah, no, but it's funny when I like realized that I called my dad and I was just like angry. I was just very like, it's just he was like, "What did Crook do?" Like he didn't go see his son Malachi.
It's a good bit. It's a really solid bit.
Oh, I mean, the way it started was just hilarious.
Yes. Yes.
If anyone is not familiar, just go on YouTube and search Malachi, John Crook, McCarthy. It's hysterical. It's a runner. They've run it multiple times. It's hysterical.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Well, anything else that you have for today?
The Marlins should be ashamed for not letting Perez go for the perfect game. It's I don't understand how we're still stuck on pitch counts of all the things that we've moved past. Why is pitch count still like 100? It it was literally an arbitrary number thrown out. There is no science analytics behind it, and everyone just treats it as the gospel.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like I was pulling for Cease to get the no hit against the Giants. It's just, but yeah,
There haven't been
100
as
like
many recently. Like we've seen like a definite decrease in like the amount of no hitters.
well, yeah, because they pull them. That's
Right.
and I do not give a shit about Kabay no hitter. It's
Sure.
it it's lame.
Yeah.
I call that a no hit shutout, or just, like it's assuming they're gonna get no runs, but like I just call that a no hit shutout. It's like
Yeah.
whatever.
That's fair.
Yeah, but to have a guy pitch through the whole thing multiple because not like especially like on like a perfect game going through the lineup more than 3 times. And yeah, I pray we never see like a buying perfect game. Ugh.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen, but I'm not gonna like it. And it's
Cool.
gonna be against the Phillies, I guarantee it.
That is the lock of the century.
I thought Wheeler was gonna throw the no-hitter. I had a
Yeah,
feeling just it just
I
gives us
wish.
two. I thought, yeah.
Anything else that you have for us today, Jeremy?
Mattingly wants to be the manager next year, so I'm glad we
Oh God,
revived his love
forgot
of.
about that.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm glad we brought back his love of baseball.
I mean, I'd prefer him to Cora. I don't think Mattingly is like a great X's and O's guy, but I just am morally
Yeah,
opposed to
no,
Cora
yeah,
to
no.
the
I am
point.
more worried about Cora coming in than dealing with Mattingly's bullpen decisions.
Yes. Yes. Mattingly is questionable, but he is not morally questionable in the way that Alex Cora is. And I don't want Alex Cora to be leading this team.
Yeah, and it just seems like the egos of Harper are just listening to Mattingly more.
Yeah. Yeah. It does seem like it's been. I mean, he offered to hit leadoff. Like, what
I
happened to
know.
the Bryce Harper that we
I was
know?
just shocked. I didn't realize it when I read the lineup was announced, and then it was just what the heck? He let off. Holy crap!
It's so against like everything that Bryce Harper has done and been in his time with the Phillies.
I know, but it's just so dumb. Okay, they have a righty pitcher. Let's just bull. Let's just beat them down with the lefties and just try to get as many runs as we can.
Right. Right. I mean, it makes more sense. Absolutely.
But like how we have the worst numbers against lefties from our righties anyway. So why even bother putting a righty in between the lefties? They can't hit anyway.
Yeah. I mean, not on this team at least. Ideally, I think you have righties that do know how to hit baseballs, but
Yeah,
this is not a
I
team
know.
that.
But like, why wouldn't you just do uh Schwarber, Harper, Schwarber, Marsh? Just blast them all. Like just do it constantly.
Yeah. Well, I think we should wrap this one up, but thank you very much for joining today, Jeremy. Anything else that you have?
Nope. I think that's all the extra things I could think of.
Sweet. Well, we will talk to you all after the series, last series before the All-Star break. We've almost made it. Thank you
And
very
then
much.
we'll also be talking about the draft.
Yes, we have the draft. We will, I'm sure, be experts on whoever is drafted. So can't wait to know more about that.
If Jack Fritz is happy about the pick, I'll be happy about the pick.
There you go. All right. Talk to you later, everybody.
Bye.